Ruckerman.
Real takes over fake debates, authentic truth. Can't underestimate SB and Sean, breaking through the noise, serving real talk, the genuine choice. No pretense, no hidden schemes. Just sports, passion, fueling dreams. From the field to the court, every play that's made. Real takes over fake debates. Turn it up, hear the honest sound. Unfiltered sports all year round. Discussions pure, no masquerade. Real takes over fake debates. Turn it up. Over fake debates. Real takes over fake debates. Real takes over fake debates.
We are live. Sbtalksports Sean Webb. Real takes over fake debates. Sean, you see the new intro, man. Season 2. We here. Know a little bit late on the intro, but we got it and ready to go. If you're not just heard from the intro, if you not have heard, this is Real Takes Over Fake Debates with SB Sean Webb coming to you live weekly, Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time, sponsored by Swift Energy. You code RTOFD to get 20% off your order. Salute to said nice intro. Yeah, we got to talk about this. You see the title. Salute. Yeah. Sean, but how you doing? What you think about the new intro, man?
Love the new intro, man. Excited, man. Always good to change it up, taking it to another level for season 2. And 100 plus episodes in, man. Glad to be on this journey with you, man. Looking forward to the next 1,000.
Yes, sir. It's the crazy part about it. I'm glad you just said that too. Like, bro, we got to 100 episodes kind of fast. We've been putting in work, brother. We've been putting in work. I told you, like, everybody who listened to like our podcast, they swear me and you just been like cool. They think like, man, you done grew up together and everything. I'm like, nah, bro. That's my boy Sean. We live in 2 different states and all. And they was like, nah, bro, y'all podcast, y'all do work. Y'all got great chemistry. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys. The more you guys like, the more you guys share, the more you guys subscribe. Keep pushing us up. We're going to get better and better and take this thing to bigger and bigger heights. But, Sean, we got to get into it. We got a lot of news that's going on, especially in the football world. Obviously, we had a game yesterday. We had the Bills versus the Dolphins. The Bills came out with the win. I believe it was the score 31-10. Bills came up with the dub. We got to talk about your boy Josh Allen later in the show. But the main thing that took the cake of the game, was Tua Tagovailoa. He suffered another concussion. Sean, this is getting like kind of bad and kind of scary because I'm a big fan of college football of Alabama. So I was high on Tua even in college. I would watch them early. Everybody know I love the Chargers, but during that draft, I'm not going to even lie to you, I definitely wanted Tua to go to the Chargers. Obviously, Justin Herbert has done a great job, and I love my quarterback. But also the problem with Tua has had, he has had a concussion in Alabama, and he had 3 now in the NFL. So it's on record 4. But you know how sometimes these concussions work? You could get them outside, off the field. Anything could happen. First, I just want, before we get into deep detail from what everybody says, I want to hear your reaction to seeing the video of Tua or seeing, I don't know if you've seen it live during the game, because I missed the game. I was out about doing stuff, so I missed the majority of the game. So I caught the replay of it, but I don't know. Did you see it live or did you caught a replay of it?
I saw it live. I was watching the game live as I was tracking the Yankees game at the same time. But of course, it's Thursday Night Football. I was watching it live. The first thought is obviously, when you first saw it, the hit wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't dirty. It was obviously DeMar Hamlin, and if you're a football fan, you know DeMar Hamlin's story. To see it live, and see Tua go down the way he did certainly was very, very scary. Given the history that you just brought up, SB, I think the first thing that comes to mind is he okay? And then of course, what happens, generally speaking, they break the commercial, and you got to wait to come back to get some information. You were gonna say something, SB? I'm sorry.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. No, so I think the first thing was that you're obviously worried about the person. And he got up and he walked off on his own power. But if you looked in his eyes, he was clearly glazed and dazed. It was not even a question of if he was hurt. He was definitely hurt.
Yes.
And certainly, when you watch that type of stuff live, again, your first thoughts always go to the player, but also to the players on the field, because a lot of times when someone goes down like that, regardless of what side you're on, you're always, your mind shifts from the game to concern. And then, of course, you got to get back to, hopefully trying to finish the game if at all possible. There's a lot of talk today. Obviously, that was 24 hours ago, about 23 or 22 hours ago that this happened. Been a lot of talk today. And I know we're going to get a little deeper into it, SB, but just watching it live, obviously the first thought was your concern.
Yeah. For me, after seeing like the replay, because like obviously I'm coming back to the crib, missed majority of the game. I was at work, so I'm coming to the crib like, man, I might catch it, like the little bit of it. And then when I had got the message about Tua got a concussion again, I didn't even want to like catch the end of the game, didn't even watch it no more. It kind of took me away from like my heart of watching like the game, because yes, we do love the game of football. It's still a sport, it's our pastime, but it's still human beings out there putting their life on the line. It still is a person putting his life on the line. And sometimes we got to realize that, even I hope Tua realize that some things are bigger than the game of football. Your life, be able to function. Like I remember Shaq was just talking about with him and Rudy Gobert situation, where he was like, he don't feel like Rudy Gobert playing hard for the money. I can't turn my neck and stuff this way, or Shannon Sharp got the hip problem. Because there's a lot of different injuries and a lot of tolls that can take on your body just by playing a sport at a high level, any sport at a high level. But now we going to something deeper than rap, Sean. This is your brain. This is the main function. You can't do nothing without up here. I don't care how strong you. LeBron James could be one of the strongest, jump the highest ever, but he can't do it without this. If that ain't functioning, he can't do nothing. Period. Like you could get to a point where you get hit too hard, bro. You become a vegetable off getting hit too hard, or anything, bro. Like that's the main muscle you got to protect, and I want Tua to protect it. I'm tired of honestly seeing him stuck on the ground, frozen. Like I still have once I seen that video clip, I had flashback when his hands was like frozen and they was like bent, like he was paralyzed. Like I don't know if Tua has a child yet. I know if he did, it's probably
two.
Young, right? That should be young.
You got two kids, yeah, two small
kids. So young. So you gotta sometimes, brother. And people make fun about Antonio Brown, which I kind of don't like, but he kind of does it to himself. But a lot of people said even Antonio Brown hasn't been the same since he had that one big hit he had. And they say CTE could play a part in that. Tua hasn't seemed like to done anything crazy, outlandish off the field. He seemed like a great, outstanding person. But you got to look, when you wake up in the morning, you got to look at them two little kids right there and be like, you know what? I done made a lot of money. You got life-changing money. And you made it at a high level. Maybe you become coach, be a quarterback coach, do something else. You gotta make yourself able for those little babies right there, bro. For your wife, for your families. Everybody want to see you not be the same. I done already just seen a guy who just got put in the Hall of Fame, former Bear, even though it was like old and he was sick, but you don't want to be like that, or you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you could be not the same and your kids don't look at you the same because all they know is daddy this way. Now daddy can't move, daddy paralyzed because you can't get out your own way. I always commend Andrew Luck because Andrew Luck knew like, hey, look, bro, I got to get up out of here. Calvin Johnson, my body too banged up. I got to think about my health. It's nothing wrong with putting yourself first, Sean. That's all. It's nothing wrong with that at all. But obviously, you know, with our opinion on it, we both feel the way. Quick before we get into what everybody else said, what you think Tua should do?
The first thing I think is take a second to information gather as much as possible, right? This isn't like 10, 15, 20 years ago where there's not a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information out there. Go meet with as many medical professionals as you need to, your neurologists, you know, brain specialists, whoever, get as much information as possible and sit down and talk with your team, and your team being team Tua, your family, you know, the folks around you. Get all that information and make a great decision for yourself. Now, here's where I think this is going to be very interesting, SB. I don't think it can just be on him to make the decision.
Oh, because you know his answer if it's going to be his decision.
We like to think that would be his answer.
Right.
But again, like you said, Andrew Luck made a decision based on where he was in his career, how he was feeling, and deciding, hey, look, you know what? For the better interest of my family, I may need to walk away. Now, there's some other factors in it. Again, we're going to talk about here in a second. But if I'm the NFL and I'm the Miami Dolphins, I think this has got to be a joint decision. In all honesty, I don't think they can just make this decision, you know, solely on their own. I think this has to truly be a joint decision, and what's in the best interest of Tua long term. You know, again, at a certain age, you kind of realize, you know what, maybe there's some things I probably would have done a little differently if I was younger. But I have to believe, you know, Tua is 26. You know, he's still still a young man. He's got a lot of life to live, and so I hope it's really a joint decision between the NFL, the Dolphins, and Team Tua.
100% agreed on that because, like you said, I honestly think he should retire. I'm a call for it like everybody else. A lot of other people's calling for it too. I just think from what I have seen for the last 2-3 times with Tua, I just think that it's in the best interest of his health. Now, if this is like the first time it happened, like one, it'd be like, oh, you know, it comes with the game. You might happen. 4 concussions. And the last 2 just came within like a season apart, right? And the season just started.
Yeah, 2022, he had to concussion.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is too close together, bro. You got to learn how to protect yourself, and sometimes you have to protect yourself from yourself, and it's gonna be hard. But I know everybody around him got to be the mother, got to be his father, got to be his wife. You got to tell him like, look, I get it. This your love, this your passion. I know you just signed that big contract, which we're finna talk about right up next. But money ain't worth it if you can't enjoy it. And that's why part I put on the thumbnail, health is wealth. Health, being healthy is the most important thing, that the most wealthiest thing you can have in this life. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody say, because would anybody want to be a billionaire if you paralyzed from the neck down? No. I'd rather live the life I'm living now while I'm fully functional, healthy, can enjoy my life, than rather be having as much money in the world and I can't enjoy it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. But Sean, as you were talking about the contract situation, Tua's potential retirement could cost the Dolphins $124 million. I know you said you had things to say about Tua's contract? What was it? What was in Tua's contract that he had?
So when he signed his deal included $167 million guaranteed for injury.
Okay.
43 million of that has already been paid. So the 124 you mentioned, that is really the key number here. If he is medically forced to retire, then he has the right to collect that 124 million remaining.
Okay.
If he's medically cleared to return to football and opts to retire, he will forego the remaining 124 million guaranteed, barring that he and the Dolphins come to some sort of settlement.
Okay.
The other side of the equation is a little more interesting. If Tua is able to pass a physical next March, the Dolphins will have the ability to release him with only his $50 million of 2025 compensation on the hook.
Okay.
His 2026 compensation, which is at $54 million, becomes fully guaranteed on March 14th. So essentially, what he has in his contract, or what's known as a rolling guarantee.
Okay.
And so that's where it becomes interesting. And then if the Dolphins decide to release him after June 1st, it means about an $84 million dead cap hit across 2025 and 2026. So that's the essential breakdown of Tua's contract situation.
For me, one thing I wish that the NFL would do that I do ask, like, I understand how I work with like contract situations. That's why you put different stipulations, which they did a good job with it with the Dolphins. But I think when the situations like these, because these are rare situations where you get to a point where a player might be having to force to retire, where I think the NFL should place a rule where if a player is forced to retire and the team wants to honor the contract just to help them out, make sure they'll be good, I feel like the team should get no cap hit for it. Or at least take half of it away. Like you said, if like it was fully guaranteed, like a Deshaun Watson, everything guaranteed no matter what. And Deshaun Watson was going through what Tua's going through, and he still got to get his money. I would love to be like, that'll make the NFL do a good deed. They don't do too many of those, but I would love to see that. Like, you know what, this player got forced to retire. We're gonna throw y'all a bone where, okay, if you pay this man his contract, we're not gonna let you get a cap hit, or at least not take much of a half of it. I feel like fair is fair because you are losing out on the player, but you also don't want to take that risk because NFL, because you don't want to. The worst thing that can happen to the NFL right now, if anybody lose their life on that field, the stock will crash badly for that, because then it's going to be question of, were they taking the right procedures? Was they forcing players out there when they shouldn't be out there? Did players force to, it'll be a whole different debacle. So I'd rather we'll take this little hit, take your money, take care of your family. We're gonna still have you as a job, a part of the organization. Make them, if you want to feel like you just want to give them the money, make them work for it. Be a part of the team organization as a coach or in-house on the staff. That's cool. But I hope teams don't get a cap hit, because that also play a part in it where teams don't want to take a cap hit, so they might force a guy out there, or teams will try to find like a wicked way around it. But like we said, Sean, Carlos Tua was going to retire. His former coach, number one, was Mr. Nick Saban. I'm gonna keep us like this because we're too far back. So we just have to move a little bit over. The video might be over us a little bit. But Nick Saban believes that Tua's NFL future is a medical decision after concussion. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
And Tua is such a great competitor, but I think this has to be a medical decision. I mean, you have to let medical people who understand the circumstances around these injuries, these concussions, and when you have multiple concussions, that's not a good sign. And I think Tua and his family and everyone else should listen to all the medical evidence to make sure that you're not compromising your future health-wise by continuing to play football. But I think that's a medical decision. I don't think that's something for me to speculate on. Or
Mr. Coach Nick Saban, arguably one of the greatest college coaches of all time, if not the greatest college coach of all time. He did coach Tua when Tua was at Alabama. But he said he believes this decision should be a medical decision. Sean, what do you agree, disagree?
Well, absolutely. I think the medical has to be the main factor. But the reality of it is there's a financial piece to this that's going to factor in. We just have to own that's going to be part of the equation in terms of what he ultimately decides to do. And again, but the medical piece is if the doctors say, hey, you have to retire, that there's too great a risk for you to continue to put yourself out there and continually, run the risk of getting, a headshot or a head injury to your long-term health, then that, may be, again, a part of it. But yeah, I mean, again, I think it needs to be a medical decision first and foremost.
For me, shout out John Wick. You talking about us too? He said yes, retire, sue the Dolphins after the trash O-line is crazy, dog. It's 100% a medical decision, above all else. But like you said, my problem, which it does come into play too, and when finances are involved, a doctor could clearly know, hey, this guy shouldn't be playing. But money involved and somebody hand that doctor a piece of paper. I'm allegedly. Next thing you know, that test could be changed. And I'm not even necessarily, and it's a sad world that we live in. And I'm not necessarily saying that it could be the organization. Sometimes it be the players too. And that's why I said that you got to have a good corner around you, and you got to have a strong will for yourself, where you got to understand what's going on and be like, okay, this is not in the best interest of me. But I'm 100% agreeing with Coach Nick Saban, where it should be the last callers on the medical. But I can't honestly, Sean, I ain't gonna even say that I agree. I just think no matter, even if the medical come back and say, Tua, you can play, I just think he shouldn't play no more. I think I'm done with it. I'm truly done with it. Honestly, people forget, like, if I'm reacting to or seeing it on the replay nervous, how you think somebody feel on the field with it, and then you expect somebody else to play? Like, bro, this, protect yourself, protect the league, protect your peers, protect the integrity of life. Forget the integrity of the game. Protect the integrity of your life, bro. Like, football is just a game, bro. It pays a lot of bucks because a lot of people entertain to it, man. I'm sorry. I can't. Honestly, I was gonna say I agree. I don't even care if the medical say he cleared to play. I don't want to see Tua play another snap of football.
Yeah, I think what will be interesting, SB, is if he and I would have to gather that
right.
He probably had this even going back to Alabama, but even now that he signed this huge contract, that he has basically permanent total disability insurance. What it essentially means is that because of injury, he's no longer able to continue his career, and he can still collect a good portion of what he could have earned had he been able to continue to play because of that insurance policy.
Which is better than nothing.
Yes. So I think that, would be interesting to see if he has that. I'd be surprised if he didn't, because again, he is someone who has this history going back to Alabama. And a lot of guys, I think, who understand, again, the inherent risk of playing, this type of sport for a very long time, what it could potentially do. And again, in the short term, if you say, hey, listen, I can't physically play anymore, that I did insure myself, in the instance where I'm not earning that amount of money from, the team I was playing for. So I think it will be interesting to see if he has that. Again, we don't know this fully. I'm just speaking in terms of where he's been in his career, going back to Alabama, and again, understanding what he was going to likely be drafted at, and having some level of insurance against this type of thing.
Yeah, because Tua was definitely up there in the conversation. The next person who actually had a comment on it was Raiders coach Antonio Pierce. Very strong comment. I think out of all the comments I've heard, because everybody had a comment on it. I brought the three most ones that was important, and I feel like hit home. But honestly, Sean, I think Coach Antonio Pierce was probably the most realist one and the honest one that I like the most. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
I'll be honest, I'll just tell him to retire. It's not worth it. It's not worth to play the game. I haven't witnessed anything like I've seen that's happened to him 3 times. Scary. You can see right away the players' faces on the field. You can see the sense of urgency from everybody to get Tua help. I just think at some point, he's going to live longer and he's going to play football. Take care of your family.
He's going to live longer than he play football. Take care of your family. And when I hear people, mind you, who plays the game of football, and I heard players say that football, they live, breathe, die. Football is everything, all or nothing. Telling another player, bro, is not worth it. That should hit home even harder for a guy. All y'all worked as hard as y'all can, be the best athletes you could be to play at this level, because everybody don't get to play in the NFL. The best of the best come to this situation, but they telling you it's not worth it. It's not worth it, bro. I think Coach Pierce hit it right on the head, Sean. But what's your reaction to Raiders coach Antonio Pierce's comment on it?
I mean, again, he's the one that understands it because he was a player for a long time in the NFL, and now he's on the other side as a coach. I don't think anybody is more qualified to say that than Antonio Pierce. Just again, given that he transitioned from playing to coaching, so I don't disagree with him. But again, as I said earlier, SB, there's got to be a joint decision between the league, the Dolphins, and Team Tua. And that's where I sit with it, and I will. I don't think it can totally be left up to Tua unless Tua says, "Hey, I'm walking away."
Yeah, and that's the only. I feel like if it's a 3 people decision, only time I'm cool with a 1 answer, I'm done. No matter what, if it's Tua. But if it comes back where it's like if the NFL says no, the Dolphins says no, I'll force Tua retire. Force him to retire. If it be like the NFL says no, Tua says yeah, Dolphins says yeah, still make him retire. It got to be all for me to be like, and I could be comfortable with it as a fan of the game, and don't look at it the NFL and a Dolphins organization would discuss. Unless all 3 of them agree, it had to be all 3 agreement. If any split decision that if one of them think is no, then I'm not rocking with that decision at all. Coach McDaniels had a strong opinion on everybody saying that Tua should retire. Obviously, that's his player. You see that when he walked off the field, he kissed Tua on the forehead. Obviously, you go look out for your player as a coach, Sean. But to me, I didn't really like this comment, but I'm gonna let it play first, and then I want to hear what your reaction is. Let's roll that clip.
I totally understand it, and it's not misplaced. I totally get how that's where people want to go to. I just wish that people would for a second hear what I'm saying, that bringing up his future is not in the best interest of him. I don't think it's appropriate. Simply because of my care and regard. And I don't think those types of conversations when you're talking about somebody's career, I think it probably is only fair that their career should be decided by them.
That was Coach McDaniels comment on everybody asking Tua to retire. Sean, your reaction is, I'll let you go first and I'll give my reaction.
First, can we just ask him when his next mixtape is coming out? Because that's Logic, the rapper. That's not.
He called that man Logic.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's obviously in a position where he wants to protect the player as much as possible, regardless of the decision they may decide. So I understand it from that perspective, that he's in a unique position because not only is he coaching this guy, but this is somebody that he genuinely cares about, right, as a person, and they have a very close relationship. So I understand that point, but I heard another comment that he said also where he said, you're the quarterback for your family. first and foremost, so I think if Tua were asking him what should he do, he would tell him walk away.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't want to say publicly right after everything just happened, before Tua has had time to, again, information gather, decide, sit down with the folks he needs to sit down with and decide where he wants to go. He doesn't necessarily want to, throw anything out there that may, be taken one way or another. So I understood his point, but please, I want to hear your side, SB.
For me, like, for you to say, like, oh, I understand where everybody's coming from, but we shouldn't have no control over nobody's career. No, bro. We are human beings, and we seeing something that doesn't look right to the eye. Imagine I'm from Chicago. I'm not saying I was the big gangster for Chicago. I'd have seen things in my life that has been disturbing in my life. But we talking about a game of football where somebody is literally, man, you risk your life out there, you're coming out there every time you play. But now I'm actually seeing a guy getting knocked out cold, body paralyzed, looking like he's dead or paralyzed to the waist down. Freak is froze. Like, you can't get mad at people being a human being and caring enough and looking at us saying, no, that don't look right. That's not cool. We done seen this 3 times, bro. 4 on record that we know, and we know how NFL teams had a lot of things. Perfect example with Christian McCaffrey, when they knew Christian McCaffrey wasn't playing since Friday, and the rookie done slipped up and said it. So we don't even know how many other concussions that really have been happening with this player. So for you to say, oh, you tired of everybody saying that you want to be the – no, brother. It's a reason why everybody's looking at you. You need to acknowledge that. And I understand you want to protect your player because you worried that you're going to demoralize his confidence. But F that right now. It's things bigger than football. I don't care about no quarterback confidence. Your life confidence is more – you being smart about life is more important than the game of football. That don't matter no more, bro. And I just – only thing I would have just left it as, if I was him, just like, we're not going to worry about it at this point in time. We should just worry about Tua getting healthy. It shouldn't have been ain't nobody decision, but like, you shouldn't even engage the conversation of, because now back of my mindset, even if he probably got good intention and probably want Tua retire, but it's something in the back of your mind that I'm thinking of that comment that I seen, that he'd throw Tua back out there too with no problem. And that's where my problem come into play, Sean. But, when things happen in the football world, especially with the quarterback position, it's every time a quarterback goes down, which is in a bad way with this issue, Tua, the GOAT name always come back up, man. The GOAT in your voice, but go for me. As you seen him, he was there, he being the GOAT. We ain't gonna say what play that was. I definitely put that play in there when he got shocked that Russell Wilson threw the pick. That's why Sean called him the GOAT. You just get lucky and getting wins out there, Tom. But former NFL quarterback, which none of y'all probably already know, Delvin Hodges, or Duck Hodges, what they call him, predicts Tom Brady will sign with the Dolphins after Tua go down with a concussion. Sean, would you like to see this move, and how realistic? If you had to put a scale between 1 to 10, how realistic is this to happen?
-8. Just stop. Just stop.
He's not coming back, dog.
Just stop.
It's over with.
Just stop.
Let Brady relax. Look, man, I honestly think Brady was done after he won. But from things we see what happened in the future of his household, Brady knew something was up. So only way he could get out that situation, he had to play a little bit longer. Because I think he was done after he won, Sean, if you ask me. I just think Brady knew he couldn't just retire, then leave, and he'll look bad. You gotta let the everybody see the fire that was going on behind closed things. Allegedly. Even though it's the truth, but I'm gonna say allegedly just to protect us in the pocket. Allegedly things is going on. So no, Brady's done. Okay. First of all, he been probably sipping number wine, and actually Brady get drunk. So Brady probably been sipping on some good scotch and whiskey, been partying, been sitting on his butt. He probably ain't threw no football all summer. Ain't probably, I get it because everybody's seen Patrick Mahomes out of shape. That's the quarterback shape. Everybody ain't Cam Newton. Everybody ain't got to be buff and chiseled like Cam Newton to throw the ball 60-some yards. But then Tom Brady don't know the offense. Tom Brady trying to be an owner. Tom Brady already doing the broadcast booth. Let Tom Brady retire in peace. And because this is not the video game. Well, I would tell y'all this. When it comes to travel, and y'all think y'all can just insert a guy in and think he just gonna take over a team. No, it's training camp happened for a reason. You gotta learn the playbook. You gotta know the calls. You gotta know the signals. You gotta know all this stuff. And you think Tom Brady just gonna walk on the field and just dominate like he Brady? You got everybody else in the NFL messed up. You don't do that. Stop it.
I mean, first of all, there's probably 2 or 3 guys that are in positions who are actually starters and have proven they can be starters in the NFL that would make much more sense than Tom Brady. Carson Wentz, for example, is in Kansas City. Jimmy Garoppolo could be another name. Tannehill's not in the league. He's on the street. Yeah, that's currently.
Though.
I mean, you could sign him, but I'm just saying, like, guys, that's been through camp, that's in shape. They wouldn't necessarily need time to come in and get in shape, football shape or whatever. Obviously, it would take time to learn, the system and the playbook and, all that, not disputing that. But, every time there's going to be a quarterback injury or every time somebody goes down, we're going to hear Tom Brady's name until he's 50. Stop it. Let it go. It's over. It's over. It's over. You know what's going to happen, SB? I'm telling you right now. I'm just saying right now. And I'm just believe this. I have a personal belief. I think this is LeBron's last year.
I think so too.
I think it's LeBron's last year. I think every time a team in the NBA has a champion that thinks they're a championship contender, and they have an injury, and they're like, "Hey, for the next 5 years, we're gonna keep hearing, oh, maybe they should call LeBron."
Call LeBron up.
This here, LeBron is interested. It's like, let it go. Let it go.
Man, relax, bro.
Relax. Let's not. So yeah, it's Duck Hodges. Shut the duck up. That's all we'll say.
Agree. But Sean, speaking of another quarterback, obviously you was high on one, which we're gonna talk about a little bit later in the show. Josh Allen, but former wide receiver James Jones has strong words from Joe Burrow. Joe Shiesty, not so shiesty no more because he think he get a pass for the media, brother. Joe Burrow, let's see what Mr. James Jones had.
You should be nervous, and I think it's time to we got to start keeping it real for Joe Burrow. If Lamar Jackson throw that ball and his toe ain't out, it's a lot of ifs. If Jalen Hurts look down the middle of the field and read cover 2 and don't throw it and it ain't, it's a lot of ifs. But them dudes take a lot of heat. Joe Burrow has not been good, man, the last 2 years. And starting off this season, he ain't been good. He was 5-5 last year and then went out with an injury, all right? Then they went 4-3 without Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow without top elite wide receivers is average. Ooh. He is. But we keep no for real though, but we keep living on the Super Bowl appearance. But we don't
Sean, is Joe Shiesty average without top targets? I mean, defense got shot up. I did say that losing Joe Mixon gonna hit harder than they thought it was. Joe Mixon gone. Joe Shiesty ain't looking too good. I mean, that's the question 1 and question 2. Sean asked for me and reactions to the clip.
Well,
Joe Shiesty get a pass for the media. Is he average without top 10 quarterbacks? And what's your reaction to James?
I think so. I don't want to say he gets a pass from the media. I don't think he catches the same heat that some of his counterparts catch. Now, is that a pass?
To me, yes. Yes.
Maybe it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But he doesn't catch nearly the same vitriol of Lamar or Jalen Hurts, or, some of these other guys who we know, might be media darlings right now, but in a couple of years, if they don't win the Super Bowl, all of a sudden they trash. And it's like, well, no, maybe they're just playing in the same era of a prime Patrick Mahomes, and that's why, So
The next GOAT.
Yeah, but I think again it's a bit. Is he average without top wideouts, top targets?
I mean, he did. He been so far. he been so far.
Yeah,
So far.
and I know we're gonna talk about them a little bit more in here in a second, but I think some of it too has been that Cincinnati, for some reason, has been doing all this talking. Going back to when they had the joint practice with the Colts, and they're talking about the defense is talking about Anthony Richardson, and then you have Cam Britt Ward talking about Xavier Worthy is just fast. All he can do is run in a straight line or whatever the freak he said. And then you had Jamar Chase coming out and saying, oh, yeah, the AFC definitely runs through. Y'all ain't done nothing in 2 years. What are you talking about?
Come on now. And then choked in the Super Bowl. If you really want to be about it, if you really want to talk about it, y'all ain't get the job done.
Yeah.
You did not get the job done. Y'all could have won that game. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, and not to be real, I mean, like they you know what they are, SB? They literally are that rapper who had a hit one time that still pulls up to the club like, hey, I'm getting this VIP service, right? They had a Hurricane Chris of the NFL. Like literally. Like you just it's like y'all ain't done nothing in years. Like quit talk. Why are you talking?
The Soldier Boy of the NFL.
Jeez. Yeah, why are you talking?
I don't understand, because the one that threw me off was, and the crazy, Joe Burrow just in the middle of it, because Joe Burrow really don't even say nothing. But sorry, brother, you the captain of the team. You need to get your troops in order. Tell them to chill out. To say for Jamar Chase, first of all, I don't think they even paid him yet. I've been seeing one contract again. First of all, this team ain't even paid you yet, so they don't even trust enough of you or believe enough in you to pay you the money that you're worth. 2, you said y'all the team to beat in the AFC. Y'all weren't even in the playoffs last year. Oh, you forget that. How are you the team to beat? You weren't even in the playoffs. You didn't even compete for the Super Bowl. Then you go with this defense who looks god awful terrible. And I just could have recalled, just gave up. What last game they just played? What was the score to the last game?
16-10.
16-10. And they lost to the Patriots.
At home.
Who's trying to tank every game. You couldn't score over 16 points to get a win. And then your defense couldn't stop the Patriots, who don't really got no quarterback, don't really got no receiver. I'm going to shout out Ramondre Stevenson, because he did his thing. Couldn't stop the run. And you talking, you can beat the Patriots. And the Patriots are trying to lose. They are trying to take the season. But you talking about y'all the team to beat. And Joe Shiesty, I'm sorry that you getting this flack, but I'm sorry. And I told Shai this before the show, if Joe Burrow would have achieved the accomplishments that Lamar Jackson has now to this day, imagine, not the Super Bowl championship, the MVPs, the stats and all that, they will be saying Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes, but only reason why you're gonna put Patrick Mahomes over him is because of the rings. But they're gonna say he's more talented. He's gonna say he's everything because he got the MVPs, and instead of gonna say he's just more talented, he does better. Patrick Mahomes is in a better situation. They will do that, and that's false. That's false. That's why I'm like with the Joe Burrow, y'all got to stop it, bro. Y'all got to stop it. And the Bengals, that's what your owner get for being cheap, because when you get rid of all the pieces and you see the Giants realizing that, the Bengals going to be realizing that. And you got to understand that I get the quarterback position is the top position that you got to pay. But you got to understand where, yeah, he's nice, but this ain't no Ferrari. He might be a Benz. He can't push it. Leave it as that. You still got to give that person weapons. You wonder why Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs does as good as they will, because they found a way to keep weapons around Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes taking a pay cut to keep talent around, because even Patrick Mahomes know, hey, I might be the best quarterback in the league, but I ain't going to look the same if I don't got Travis Kelce next to me. I ain't going to look the same if I ain't got Pachinko behind me. I ain't going to look the same if I ain't had Tyreek Hill or Rashid Rice or Xavier Worthy. You got to be smart now, bro. One person don't make, I'm sorry, a quarterback don't make the team at all. At all. Now, Sean, you speak about a quarterback making the team. Jose said, bring back Tannehill and bring Kaepernick. Tua needs to retire, and Skylar Thompson sucks. Fins up. Yeah, Skylar kind of do, but we got to give him a chance. First of all, you a man named Skylar. It's crazy. That's my daughter's name. That's a different story for a different. That's a different story for a different day. But Kaepernick, no, 100% don't bring Kaepernick. Kaepernick, I love the message that you fought for, but I ain't gonna lie. If Skylar Thompson sucks, Colin Kaepernick, Garbcio. I'm not even gonna. It's not even that like Colin Kaepernick didn't have like the skills. He's just been out for too long.
I would say to Jose, there's a guy in your city who is coaching high school football right now who just retired, who was actually played in that system and was there 2 years ago by the name of Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't think he's leaving though.
I mean, again, he's retired. He did just retire. If I were gonna make a phone call, he would be a guy I would consider because he knows the system. He's played under Mike McDaniel or Mike McDaniel in that system. So I'm just saying, if I were thinking about it, he would be a call I would make just because, again, he knows the system, and he did just retire this past offseason. So,
I mean, if you go bring in, we'll go back to Jose. Jose said Teddy 2 gloves. He said we don't want Teddy 2 gloves. Sometimes, hey, look, you got to take what you can get now. But if you go Kaepernick, honestly, I'm gonna say you better just call it Cam Newton, and I don't think Cam Newton can really do it no more because he's been too busy playing the game, smoking cigars, and podcasts. I think like you could go the Tannehill route. What happened to the one quarterback that was on the Chargers who got the punctured lung? Where is he at? Right now. Tyrod Taylor. Did he retire?
No, he's with the Jets.
I call Tyrod Taylor is another good name to call. He's a solid starter. And then it's like how McDaniels run the offense, a lot of motion, quick pass. You could make something happen with that. Or I want to say Trey Lance because you don't really know too much about Trey Lance. I'm trying to think of somebody who like kind of like fast that's available.
Yeah, I'm thinking about guys who have played in that system because that system is really an extension of the Shanahan system.
Yes.
Right. So, think about guys like that. And again,
not gonna do the dude who's on the Raiders who was trash. You ain't gonna go get him, right? Not Garoppolo.
No, I'm saying again, he's a veteran. He's played in that similar style system. So again, he could be an option. And he's been a starter and quiet as kept. He has led a team as far as Joe Burrow has, so
which is true.
So, and again, there's a lot of options. I'm saying a lot of options. There's more than one option out there for the Dolphins, right? I think the big thing is right now you get Skylar Thompson obviously ready to start next Sunday in Seattle. But you do want to bring somebody in because you really are one Skylar Thompson hit away from basically the season falling completely apart.
That sucked for the Dolphins. I thought they was gonna do big things this season. I'm gonna say I was told McDaniels is a genius, right call the Steelers and make the trade for Fields or Wilson. I can tell you right now, they not get rid of Fields or Wilson. You might as well they're gonna hang their phone up on you unless you give them something outrageous and it's not gonna be worth it. Hey, look, I mean, I think the Dolphins got their pick, you can always take for Shador, or take for Carson Beck. You never know, you just go ahead and take and get your quarterback. There you go. Rookie contract, start all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said Jimmy G still hurts. Hey, look, man, Brad, beggars can't be choosing right now. You gotta take what you can get. You gotta take somebody with one limb on it. You gotta take what you can get. But sure. Obviously, if you guys didn't see, I can show real quick. I'll show the rewards. Before the season started, me and Sean did predictions. Obviously, a part of Sean, let me move the banner out the way real quick. Part of Sean's prediction was that Josh Allen would be MVP. Sean, are you still confident in your job? He holding up for you right now. First 2 games. Last game he didn't really do nothing too crazy, but he really didn't have to. They had the game in hand. But are you still confident in your Josh Allen for MVP prediction?
Just and again, SB, when I made the prediction, it was not who I think is going to have the best season. It was who I think the media is going to be pushing if they have a really good season, which again, I thought Buffalo would still have a really good season. And Josh Allen, the one thing that's keeping him out of that Mahomes and Lamar conversation is, well, he doesn't have an MVP.
Well, they
So-
push it for him. They push it for him.
Yes. So, but that said, Buffalo, they're averaging over 30 points a game. They're playing really good complementary football right now. And
Yes,
Josh
they are.
Allen, to his credit, is, doing the job in the first couple of games of the season. It's early, obviously, but yeah, I still feel very confident that he's going to be the MVP favorite.
I don't have no confidence because I want my MVP to win. My MVP was C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud for the win. And obviously, he's going to play the Bears, so we're going to see how this game. This is the game that's going to make the difference. So he said the media was pushing Allen for the last 2 years, and they had good seasons. Still no MVP fans up.
Hey, well, listen, I listen, all respect, Sheba, but until the Dolphins figure out a way to beat the Bills, I don't think
that's true.
Josh should say anything bad about Josh Allen, because y'all can't beat the Bills to save your life.
That's true, especially in Buffalo. Y'all will never beat them in Buffalo at all.
Yeah.
At all. So soon as a little bit of tinkle and snowdrop, it'd be over with. Sean, we do got to do our picks of the week, but I want to knock out 2 basketball stories real quick, and then we go right to our picks of the week and our key games of the week. Also, guys, I see y'all in the chat, especially you, Sheba. I want to know, who was your MVP prediction for the season? And if it was Tua, you can be honest and say you thought it was Tua. I see you say Fins up, or you probably had Tyreek Hill. But don't worry, I got Tyreek Hill as my offensive player of the year, especially now if what's the name out and he still pull up numbers. But that might go away because their team might not look the same. The Lakers will wear the 44 patch on their jersey this season to honor the late, great Jerry West. Sean, I'll go first real quick on this one. I think it is outstanding that they're doing that to honor the great Jerry West, one of the greatest players of all time, especially one of the greatest players of his era. But honestly, I never seen a guy who had more success in his field off the court. One of the greatest executives of all time, had a lot of hand to do with a lot of championship teams that you like, the Magic Lakers, the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, just to name a few. So shout out to Jerry West. I think it's well-deserved, well-earned. Shout out 44.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think if you're a true unbiased Laker lover, you would admit Jerry West is the most important Laker of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And, the relationship between the Lakers and Jerry West is soured the last 20 plus years before he passed away, and still wasn't in the best place. Hopefully this is a way to, not just to honor him and honor his legacy for that franchise, but also to repair the relationship between the organization and the West family as well. But this is, obviously, needed to happen. It's well-deserved. He is Mr. Laker. And so I believe, that this is a very, very good move for the Lakers, but hopefully, again, it bridges the gap to repairing the relationship with the organization and the West family.
And before anybody comment and be like, no, it's Kobe. Without Jerry West, ain't no Kobe. Just to give y'all the heads up on that. Without Jerry West, it's no Kobe Bryant. Now, next one. Adam Silver, NBA commissioner, said the NBA expansion will be on the table, but not just yet. The actual quote that he had said, Sean, there was not a lot of discussion in this meeting about expansion, but only largely not for a lack of interest. It was that we had said to them that we're not quite ready yet. Silver said at his news conference at the conclusion of the meeting Tuesday afternoon at the luxury Midtown Hotel. It was something that was told on our board. We plan to address it this season, but we're not quite ready yet. But I think there are certain interests in process, and I think we're not just there yet in terms of having made any specific decision about market or even, frankly, to expand. What's your reaction to that, Sean?
So I think the reason why expansion is they're not ready for expansion just yet is because there are 2 situations that need to be cleared up. Number one, Minnesota, the ownership situation with Minnesota. If y'all don't know, right now that's in litigation. Glenn Taylor agreed to sell the majority of the franchise to Mark Lowry and Alex Rodriguez,
Mhm.
but there's been some issues around, again, cost cutting. They're planning to cut costs and things like that. And Glenn Taylor doesn't want to do that because now the Timberwolves are in a potential championship competing situation. So that's one area. That's one issue that needs to be cleared up. And then the second is Boston. Wick Grossbeck has, obviously come out and said that the Celtics are up for sale. So it's very early, but it's going through that evaluation process. So the reason why you wait on expansion is because a lot of the evaluation for what the expansion fees are is what did the last team sell for. And you're talking about the Celtics being valued at probably about $6 billion.
A lot of money.
Potentially. So if you're going to expand, the expansion fee is likely going to be probably between $6 and $7 billion for the two cities that ultimately get franchises. And obviously Seattle would definitely be on the map.
Number one on our list.
And because the arena, Climate Pledge Arena, I believe, in Seattle has gone through major upgrades and major renovations. It's ready to host an NBA team. And then, of course, Vegas being the other. But so they're going to wait until these two, situations, have some more clarity before I think expansion becomes, the priority.
Yeah, and then I see that they want to talk about cut. Well, you say you brought up the fact about cutting Minnesota. You can't do that right now, especially when you're buying a team. When you just bought a team, so you go cut costs of your team and your roster. You're gonna lose like an Ant-Man or a Cat. I mean, you get ready to go Bird, but you can't do that right now. But now coming to a team, I need that star player there. I understand we just spent all this money, but trust me, you cut costs and get rid of that roster. That team ain't competitive. You ain't gonna get that money back no time soon. You in Minnesota. You ain't in no place like New York or Chicago or LA or teams like the Sonics who got like either a diehard fan base or you in a major market where it's like it's a thing to go to that game. Like the Cubs could be trash here in Chicago. Going to the Wrigley Field is an experience. You want to just go to Wrigley to go. Minnesota ain't nobody saying let's just go to the Timberwolves game. It's not like that. You got to have something for the fans to come there to see. You said yes. See, Sonics already got a ring. They waiting on it. The Sonics is the first one, and I don't think it's no training rumors right now. Then if not, I don't really care for it right now. If you're talking about basketball, it's too early.
And I would say just the arena is obviously a big part of it because the team has to have somewhere to play and have a home. But also a big part of it is them being able to secure a regional sports network or a regional TV deal for their non-televised games. Because again, generally speaking, when an expansion team does not revenue share for the first few years that they're in the league, they don't participate in revenue sharing. So again, the evaluation is you got two teams come in, those two teams are worth, and I'm just speculating, $12 billion, right? They pay those expansion fees. Those fees are split among the 30 NBA teams. So each team would get about $400 million, ideally. But part of that deal is they don't get rights to the revenue sharing that comes from the national deals and the new media deals that just signed, at least for the first few seasons. So there's a lot that factors in. And I just want people to understand that, again, expansion, it's easy to say, hey, just put a team here. But there's a lot of things that have to be done before, they're able to secure franchises in those areas.
Sean, if you had to put a rough estimate on a date of where you think the expansion will happen, 2020, or not 2020, 2000 and what?
I would say 2028 would probably be my guess.
4 years. Okay.
Yeah. Just and again, it could happen sooner, but I'm saying until the Minnesota situation, I think is going to hold things up just a little bit because I don't think that's anywhere near being done. And then of course Boston, it could be a year before Boston sells if they sell at all. So there's a lot that factors in. So I'm saying 2028 probably would be when we would see two new teams actually playing in the league.
I'll probably go like 20. I'll put thinking like 2030, and then because I think like it'll fit the extent of saying 2030, fresh start of the year, fresh new decade, that era. You know how they try to do that. So I think even if it's close to like 2020, I think that's when it's gonna really heat up. I think they officially drop it like 2030, so they'd be like officially there, ready to go. They come right in fresh in the era. But Shaw, it's that time of the show. Picks of the week. Let's do it.
One quick question. She had one quick question.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have the comment. So
Yeah, she had. It was an NBA question.
Would you both trade Levine for Hero? No. I think we both know on both sides on that one. No.
Yeah, no.
Can't do it. Can't do it. I want to trade Levine though. I do, but not for Tyler Hero. I want young pieces, maybe a pick or two. The player that I really want, but I know we ain't gonna get. But now, maybe, just maybe, Sean, think back because DeMar DeRozan just went over there. He ain't gonna really get no shots like that.
You're not getting Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray is the guy. Keegan. We sent Zach over there. Who was Zach? It's over with though because Zach and DeMar are like playing together. But 3-team trade.
No, just the money. Yeah, it couldn't work. Yeah,
the money could work. He said, I'm a Knickerbocker fan at the same time. Perk and said New York will have the best record in the league. Perk and stuff. That's crazy. But the Knicks actually could have the best record in the league in the regular season. It's possible. It's not impossible. Tibbs care about every game in the regular season. That's why y'all possibly could do it. He said, why no? Because I feel like you for the Bulls side, I'm gonna let Sean answer the Heat side. I feel like we getting a cheaper version of Zach LaVine who do worse stuff than Zach LaVine, and he getting a little overpaid for me. So I feel like why would you trade for the same thing? What about you? Why would you not want Zach LaVine?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have that money tied up like that. And just looking at, again, until Jimmy Butler's situation is clear, because Jimmy Butler obviously can be a free agent after this year. Until that situation is cleared up, I wouldn't want to take on Levine's contract. And again, the new CBA, it's very restrictive. So taking on that amount of money for a guy that you just don't know whether or not they're going to play, the rule in Miami is if you're on the team, you got to play. So, so no.
Yeah, no. But said Knicks, the Knicks will have the best record still. Jimmy Butler, possibility, 100%. For some reason, Jimmy Butler just coast through the regular season, and then as soon as playoff time come on, turn into a different person. But let's go ahead. Obviously, if you guys seen last week's show, Shaq is up 1-0. We up 1-0 on the record. I gotta keep the records up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it in next time though. But Shaq,
it's 1 week.
Man,
the Patriots won last week.
Let me pop my champagne in peace, Sean.
Yeah,
we here though, but okay, let's go ahead. What we got, man?
All right, first game, we're gonna knock out the regular games, and then we'll get to our 4 key games. First game is New Orleans at Dallas.
Oh yeah, I know you're gonna go with your whole team on this. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys, and I got the Cowboys spanking y'all. I think Cowboys going about 2 TDs, or at least by 10 piece, double digit. I'm calling a double digit win by the Cowboys. And it's in Dallas too?
It's in Dallas. Is their home
opener. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. It's crazy how I talk like this for the Cowboys. But as long as Derek Carr is that y'all quarterback, tragic things will happen. As long as that car is long as Derek driving that car, an accident is bound to
I'm taking the Cowboys by 3.
What? Oh, you going against your own team?
No. Listen, you know me. Listen, I just keep it real. But also, every time I pick the Cowboys, they usually lose. So that's why I'm like, So that's why, yeah. So yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys by 3. They're at home. Obviously, it's been a crazy week for the area with the storm and everything. And prayers there, Hope Prairie and everybody in the Louisiana, Mississippi area is okay. But yeah, I think Dallas opening at home. I got them by 3 points. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders at the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh yeah, give me. We ain't got to talk too much about this one. The Ravens.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens by 17 in this one.
20.
Yeah,
I think the backup's gonna play in this game. I think the backup's gonna play.
Yeah, Baltimore's been off. Basically had a mini bye week. They're home. This is a good week. And interestingly enough, next week the Ravens go to Dallas, take on the Cowboys. So this is a good tune-up game.
Oh yeah, and they coming off that loss against the Chiefs. They was mad too.
Yes.
So I expect them. This is gonna be a statement game.
Yeah. So absolutely. So next game, Cleveland Browns at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ooh, this game actually is closer than what we think, because with the defense, as much as I love the Browns defense, it's just Deshaun Watson. He's scaring me now. He's scaring me. Then he got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if he's mentally prepared to play. And the Jaguars did look kind of good last week, even though I think they lost. But I think they lost in the end, but they actually did end up looking good. My heart is saying Jaguars, but my mindset of football is saying the Browns because of their defense, and I don't want to go against the Browns. Deshaun, I wish Nick Chubb. If Nick Chubb was playing, it'd make it so much easier. Then I just say Browns, no problem. But Chubb ain't there. I'm gonna regret this. I am. I'm gonna go Jaguars. I feel like I'm gonna regret that pick. I'm gonna go Jaguars though.
I'm gonna take the Browns by 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think defensively they played well, but obviously they had some moments that they would like to have back from last week. And certainly, you mentioned Deshaun Watson needing to play better. Again, I think Cleveland needs to win this game badly. So I'm going to say Cleveland. I'm going to say Browns by 6. They come out and they try to out physical the Jaguars.
And I think the Browns, that defense could win on their own. That's why I said I'm going to regret it. I think I'm going to regret that pick.
Yeah. All right. Next game, New York Jets at the Tennessee Titans.
Ooh, this game gonna be a lot closer than people think too. But after I think Will Levis do this, I'm probably never gonna pick the Titans because I don't trust him on that side of the ball. Give me the Jets. Aaron Rodgers with a comeback game. Obviously, he was rusty the first game, but I think they will look better. And give Beast Hall that ball, to destroy that Titans defense, and then y'all could just go ahead and get out there with the easy dub. So I take it the Jets.
This is the game that I've struggled with.
It's gonna be close.
The fact that Jets played on Monday Night Football in San Francisco, had to travel back across country, and then have to go back on the road and play a Sunday game. It scares me. Tennessee knows they should have won last week against Chicago. Just made some boneheaded decisions and plays. Obviously, Will Levis probably had the play of the week. The other way, and he's officially Hingle McCringleberry. Yeah. You took the Jets.
Yeah, I'm taking the Jets. Yeah.
I just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna take the Titans, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be Titans by 1.
I mean, I gave you a gimme with the Browns, but I'm still regretting that pick, and I already locked it in, so I ain't changing it. But
yeah. Next game, San Francisco at Minnesota. No Christian McCaffrey, out again with an Achilles and calf injury, could go to IR. So yeah, San Francisco at Minnesota.
Even though Mr. Darnold looked fantastic last game, but we know why he looked fantastic, because he played I don't want to call them Giants because they ain't been looking very giant-like, but I don't expect that to happen again against San Francisco 49ers and that 49ers defense. I got the 49ers winning this game.
I'll tell you this. Last year, San Francisco played in Minnesota, and Brian Flores had a great game plan against that San Francisco offense. He mixed up a lot of the coverages. They were very aggressive, getting Purdy off of his spots. I expect them to do much of the same against this Niners team. I'm actually going to take Minnesota at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take Minnesota at home.
Minnesota at home, like it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Minnesota by 2.
Okay.
Next game, probably the worst game on the schedule.
Jeez.
LA Chargers at the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the Giants versus Commanders. I thought you were talking about the toilet bowl. I thought you were talking about that one. Chargers versus Panthers. I'm taking the Chargers. Easy money. Balled up, baby. Balled up.
Yeah. It's an early game, so it's a 1 p.m. game. that I never liked taking the West Coast team in this game. However,
The Panthers.
Yes, the Panthers. They lost their best defensive player for the season. I'm taking the Chargers by 6.
We might win by a 10 piece.
Yeah.
I need to see Bosa and Mack in that backfield.
Yeah, it's man. If they can't run the football, it's gonna be a long day for Bryce Young. Next game, Seattle at New England.
Even though the Patriots did look well, they put on a good show, but against the Bengals, I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle as well.
Kenneth Walker that ball.
Yeah, I'm super high on Seattle. I thought Mike McDonald would get that defense fixed, and you saw some glimpses of that last week. I think New England's only chance again, try to play ball control, try to control the line of scrimmage. But I'm gonna take the Seahawks by 3. Next game, which you called it already, the toilet bowl game, New York Giants at the Washington Commies or the Commanders.
Danny died, and then my boy Todd came in and said, where did it go? Where'd it go? He said, if we lose, he's a Giants fan, obviously. If we lose to Watch, they got to bench DJ. Ain't no way he's surviving the next upcoming games without what we got. First of all, he should have been benched a year or two ago, Todd. It's like you're a year behind. I don't know why y'all believe in this man. I'm taking the Commanders. Going with the rookie to get the job done against the Giants.
Yeah, I'm taking the Commanders as well. I thought Jaden Daniels, of all the rookie quarterbacks that started last week, played probably the best.
Yes,
he had some good moments throwing, and he got to figure out how to get down though. He can't slide to save his life.
He'll get hit one time. He'll get hit. All of them learning. You get hit that one time, you gonna slide. He just got to get hit one time. I ain't wishing no concussion on my brother. Y'all see earlier show, but just go ahead and tap that chest or that rib cage real quick. Or don't hit him with that shoulder bump one time. I guarantee you get slide. He just ain't been hit yet. Yeah.
I'm taking the Commanders by 8, even though their defense is but the Giants are just bad.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a team. The team that gets the first pick this year is gonna start with new. It's gonna be new something. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be new something. That's all I know. And
New
the
York,
Giants,
New
England, it's gonna be new. That's all I know. So
if I'm a quarterback, I'd rather go to New England than the Giants.
They already got their quarterback. They're just waiting to get the team right. Next game, Indianapolis Colts at the Green Bay Packers. Malik Willis set to start. However, Jordan Love has not been ruled out.
In which that'll be crazy. Let that man get healthy. This would have been one of our key games of the week, especially for me, because I like the showing of Anthony Richardson. He showed that he can make the big plays. I want to see more of like the regular plays, and I want to see how the Packers defense was going to be able to handle that. It is in Green Bay, though, but I don't trust Malik Willis. Right now, I haven't really seen him, but imagine Malik Willis is definitely talented, got a cannon of an arm too, can make big plays too. So now he's just really from the fact of, can the Packers defense get enough stops on Anthony Richardson to make Malik Willis survive? But I'm going to take the Colts. And Ty say, I hate the Giants since the 04 draft. No, I don't hate them at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we didn't get that bum Eli. You know what I'm saying? He lucked up on 2 Super Bowls because of the defense might strain him, but, whatever, things happen. You just play mediocre the whole season, then just get hot in the playoffs because your defense do good, you question if he truly deserved to be a Hall of Fame, but we don't hate Eli. He made his decision. But yeah, I'm taking the Colts though.
I'm gonna take the Packers.
Ooh, in Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Packers.
You only taking them because they're in Green Bay?
I'm taking them because they're at home, but also again, they played a really tough game in Brazil against Philly. I think their defense can come up with some plays against Anthony Richardson. I think the big thing is they understand that everybody's got to step their game up and support, Malik Willis. They can't expect him to go out and win the game because it's not Jordan Love. So I expect their defense to really be locked in. And I'm taking the Packers by 3. at home.
Sure, who go? I got a quick question. Who gonna stop Jonathan Taylor though?
Well, listen. Watch out, Quay Walker. Just keep that name on your.
Oh, Quay Walker a dog. I know about
Yeah,
Quay.
yeah. Just watch out, Quay Walker. I'm just leave that there.
Okay.
Next game, the late games. LA Rams at the Arizona Cardinals.
Hey, when your quarterback say it's not my job to get the wide receiver, I'm not picking you for the rest of the season. When your job is to literally throw this man the ball, and you gonna say it's not my job because you clearly missed this man, the best wide receiver, arguably the best player in this draft, wide open. Yeah, the leadership is bad. That's another. Hey, this is another quarterback watch who's gonna be on a hot seat to lose their job. After that comment, Kyler Murray is done. Get Marvin. I'm not picking them just off the strength of that alone. I don't care about nothing else. I'm not picking unless they play the Giants or the Patriots. I'm not picking the Cardinals none this season. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams. And because you know what Kyler Murray finna do this game, Sean? Because of people said that he finna try to force feed Marvin Harrison, throw dumb bad passes, or he not gonna throw it to him at all. It's Kyler Murray, bro. This man is terrible leader, bro. Terrible leadership, dog. Terrible, bro.
Can I just say real quick?
Go ahead.
Real quick. What Kyler Murray did the other day was the equivalent of like when you said something to your girl in the heat of a moment and you was like, wait a minute, hold on. I need to take that back.
Right.
That's literally that ain't my job. That's literally your job.
That's the first line of the description.
Yeah.
Throw the ball to
Oh my gosh.
Hey, bro. Sean, that's like me saying with our podcast and be like, I ain't talking to the mic or something up in this. You'd be like, hey, it ain't my job to talk to the mic during the podcast. It's like literally the main part of the podcast.
It's really the main job. Like, I'm not talking today.
I ain't talking today. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams in a close one.
Imagine it ain't October yet. Duty ain't even out yet. But wait till Duty come out. Oh my God, bro. Get this man up out of here, bro. The Cardinals better let this man go, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams by one. Again, they played a really tough game on Sunday night against Detroit. But they did show, listen, they are going to be a very competitive team. Obviously, you lost to maybe the most talented roster in the NFC, in Detroit. So, but I'm going to take the Rams in a close one on the road. Next game, Pittsburgh at Denver. Justin Fields in line to start another week.
Hopefully, he can actually score a touchdown in this game. But this Steelers defense has just shown that we can win without scoring a touchdown. And I could just see Bo Nix throwing at least like two picks this game or get sacked 2 times. I'm taking the Steelers defense. I'm trusting the Steelers defense.
Yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh as well. I think Pittsburgh, again, showed last week they are very much going to be built around their defense and just protecting the football. Everybody made a big deal about Justin Fields not throwing the ball in between the hashes. Well, when you got Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons at safety, you probably don't want to throw the ball out between the hashes anyway. The matchup in this game for me is George Pickens against Patrick Surtain. I think, again, Denver's going to basically, man up against him. So, guys, you got to look to get off the Fryer Moose of the world, Van Jefferson, and obviously, can they, continue to run the football with Najee Harris? But yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh on the road by 7.
We got one more red game, or we going to our key games?
We are now at the key games of the week. 4 key games of the week.
4 key games. Let's do it. Key matchups of the NFL week. Sean, what we got first?
First key matchup is a rematch of the divisional round playoffs last year. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Detroit Lions.
This is going to be a great game. And shout out Big Baker. I've been high on Big Baker. I've been telling you about stop playing with the Big Baker. He's the Baker's man. But I can't pick against Detroit at home. That's the only thing. It's like this game gonna be a close game. I can see this game being won by like 3 points, unless Detroit control the possession of the ball and dominate the run game, which I believe they will do. That's what they're good for. This was a tough pick for me. I'm gonna go Lions because they're at home. I'm gonna go Lions by 3. I think the Lions win by a field goal. Close game the whole game throughout too.
I'm taking Detroit at home as well. Tampa's got some injuries. Definitely you're going to be, without some key pieces. Antoine Winfield was out.
That's a big loss.
A big loss in the secondary. Jameson Williams showed out on Sunday Night Football, and he showed why, they were so high on him. Again, the right complementary receiver to Amara St. Brown and obviously Sam Laporta.
Please stop being a knucklehead, Jameson Williams, because you're a talented young man.
Yeah. I just think, going back to last year, Detroit played that team twice, beat them twice, and defensively they gotten better, particularly in the secondary. So yeah, I'm taking Detroit at home. I'm gonna take the Lions by 6 at home.
Okay, what's next on the leash?
Next game, late afternoon game, Cincinnati at Kansas City.
And honestly, and I know what you guys are thinking, because the Bengals ain't really that good. This only became the key matchup because the Bengals don't know how to shut their mouth. They talking greasy, as you told earlier, talk about we the team to beat in the AFC. Sean, I think this game is going to be a statement game by the Kansas City because I know they tired of them talking. You said that about Xavier Worthy. Hey, I know Shuby, you was just asking about a prop. Put Xavier Worthy for a touchdown in your prop. Put that in there. I got the Kansas City Chiefs probably win about 10 points. But they go is because the problem is that the Bengals defense is not the same, so that's gonna get carved up. But unless Jamar Chase gets signed ASAP, they don't got enough weapons to compete. And then if you realize, if you go back and I recall my memory, Joe Mixon was a big part of why they won when they beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Because when you have that run game there, it makes your job easier as a quarterback. But we don't see that yet. So I'm taking a Kansas City Chiefs with an easy dub, and it's going to be this another statement game on the list because they talking too much, and then the Bengals need to hush their mouth. Because if they win this game, they're gonna act like they won a Super Bowl, bro. And I don't got time for that. So I'm taking the Chiefs at home.
Yeah, coming off a mini bye week essentially, because obviously the Chiefs played on Thursday night last week. Having all this time to get ready for Cincinnati, I don't ever bet against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes coming off a bye or a mini bye week. Taking Kansas City at home by 10. You mentioned the prop bet about Xavier Worthy. I think Xavier Worthy scores a touchdown in the first half.
Might be the first quarter.
All the talking from Cincinnati is getting a little perplexing. Be confident. I'm not saying they'll be confident, but y'all have done nothing, literally nothing. Stop talking and go out on the field and show it. But this ain't the week to do it. You'll be 0-2, taking Chiefs at home by 10.
Yes.
Next game, Sunday Night Football, Chicago Bears at the Houston Texans.
This game gonna be a nice close game, but I'm stuck on two sides because I want to see CJ Stroud go crazy because this is gonna make my MVP case look better, and this is the game for CJ Stroud to probably try to take off. But also, I need the Chicago Bears look. Y'all not competing for no Super Bowl this first year. Let the man play football. Let's figure out what he can do to just build on it. Take the lead. This is the number 1 pick in the draft. He got to sink or swim. Take the buckles off. Let him loose. This the game. Let him loose. Because obviously you see how Anthony Richardson looked and CJ Stroud. They put on the show last time they played. So let him loose and let's see what Caleb Williams really can do. I think this game can go any which way. And the only problem that I have is that can the Bears score enough points to keep up? The Colts ran out of gas because the Bears defense showed they could get stops, they can make plays, but when they get the stops, can Caleb Williams actually score and get the job done? My man telling me take the Texans. My heart want me to take the Bears just so I can see Caleb Williams go, but I don't trust their offensive coordinator to do that, so I'm taking the Texans.
Yeah, Chicago's dealing with a lot of injuries. Obviously, Roma Dunze is hurt. Keenan Allen didn't practice this week. Last I checked, you know, a lot of people were putting it on Caleb Williams, Shane Waldron. You got to come up with a better game plan.
Terrible game plan.
Yeah, some of the stuff that he was calling just did not put that team in the best position. Obviously, they were able to pull it out late. But the Texans are not the Titans. And this is their home opener as well, Sunday Night Football. They are a primetime team. They are going to be ready to play. I'm taking the Texans at home by 9.
Okay. Last one. This is going to be a good game.
Yeah, last game, Monday Night Football. Battle of the Birds, Atlanta Falcons at the Philadelphia Eagles.
You've been hounding these Falcons. So I want to see if you're going to stick to you being hounding on Falcons. I'm sorry from the Eagles ain't even open their wings to what this team really going to be. And what I have seen with the ability what Saquon Barkley could do, imagine they do not need that from him every night. Maybe two touchdowns, a receiving and a run in. But holy moly, I know this. I know this Falcons defense, especially the secondary, is got improved and will be better. But I don't think they're gonna stop that run. And it's gonna be in Philly. Yeah, I gotta go Eagles. Hey, another prop, put Saquon down for 2. I'm gonna Saquon for 2 TDs.
SB, what time is the game?
7:15 p.m. my time.
Who is the Falcons quarterback?
Kirk Cousins.
What is Kirk Cousins? What does Kirk Cousins usually do in prime time?
Choke the game away.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles by 13.
And it's the only game on Monday, so you can't even camouflage yourself into any other losses. You are the only game on Monday.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, how many games did we pick different? I know we picked the Jaguars. Is it only the Jaguars, Jets, and the Titans, or in the Colts?
No, Minnesota and Green Bay.
Okay, so we got 4 different. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We got 4, so we got enough.
Yeah.
But let us know what you guys think about your picks. Appreciate you guys for another great episode of Real Takes Over Fake Debates with me, SB, and my brother Sean Webb, sponsored by Swift Energy. Go to swiftenergy.gg to get 20% off your order. Sean, I know since now we're finna actually fully convert to season 2, so we're gonna start back at season 2. But I think taking this episode is 104. Do you want to do 4? Or you want to go back doing the numbers when we fully start season 2 on Monday?
We can start. We can do it Monday.
Full season 2 on Monday.
Hey, listen, I want to say something real quick. I definitely appreciate everybody supporting us, that pull up and join us. But I need y'all to treat this podcast like church. You know, each one brain one, right? If you know somebody who loves sports talk, please, invite them to join us, because we really want to continue to grow, and we want to do it organically. So we appreciate y'all's support. But tell your buddy, hey, you like good sports talk, come join us. And because we would definitely love to continue to grow. But we definitely appreciate everybody for pulling up and joining us and supporting this thing. We're 100 plus episodes in, but we want to continue to grow. And we wanted to say that, hey, when we blow up and we're on, the major, platforms and networks.
Coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon. You want to say, hey, man, I was rolling with them, when they was
day one.
So yeah, so appreciate y'all, but always.
Appreciate the love as always, Sean. Hit it right on the head, man. So see you guys on Monday, and we gonna rock and roll. We get these picks, man. This has been Real Takes Over Fake Debates once again. See you guys on Monday.
Worker man.